Hello everyone, it's Matt here from PCGamesN and I'm joined by Ben.
Hello.
And we are talking about Warframe's Plains of Eidolon expansion, which is coming up later this year. We've had a brief look at it. It was at TennoCon, which was on last weekend. And there's quite a lot of new things actually coming. It seems to be a massive sort of change for Warframe. So we're basically going to run through the 5 most exciting things that are coming to Plains of Eidolon. And first, and I think probably by far the most important, Ben, is that it's going open world.
Indeed, yeah. So the Plains of Eidolon refers to this huge, lovely grassy plains that you can go and run around. Although it's an ancient war ground, so it's covered in the mess of people who were killed, the sentients and everything. But yeah, it's all hand designed. It's no longer procedurally generated. It's this big space. I think they said 3 kilometers squared.
Sure, yeah. So it's not quite as big as open worlds that you expect from an MMO, but for Warframe, this is actually massively sizable, isn't it?
Yeah, and you'll set out from the village, which we'll talk about in more detail in a minute, and you do missions in there. You can find new resources, including the fish, because they're spearfishing, and you can build new warframes, build new weapons, and that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
And so in these, and they're called landscapes, and we're hoping that provided this one goes well, there'll be lots of other landscapes to come in the future as Warframe evolves. But obviously the main difference is here is because it's kind of like this beautiful sort of organic environment they've got instead of what seem to be mostly almost spaceship designs before. There's wildlife and weather and there's a day-night cycle, and that seems to be important for what is my next point. So we've heard about the old war before in kind of lore drops before, but this is going to be the first time that we've actually seen something of the sentients, which are this kind of evil race that we've heard about but not seen. This is a graveyard for them, right?
Yeah. So the results of this huge clash are all laid bare, and the people who sort of exist on these plains are mining, I guess, or just using the artifacts for their own benefits, including the Grineer, who are out there and causing problems, also the local race. So, and of course, because of the day-night cycle,
something comes out at night, right?
Yeah, so something to do with the sentience has been described as a ghost, but from the gameplay trailer, it looked kind of very physical.
Yeah. So I mean, I've seen it described as that it's going to be massive 5-story tall monstrosity. So it appears to be that this is where, like in the day, we're going to get something maybe a bit more similar to what we've seen from Warframe, just in a more open environment. But at night, maybe this is probably going to be the hardest stuff that we may have been able to do in Warframe so far. Definitely looks like something for the veterans of the game to sort of get into.
So the Grineer actually...
They run away, don't they?
They run away, yeah. There's a siren, there's a sort of Silent Hill almost sounding alarm that goes off as the nighttime comes in. And then, they fly away and leave you out there to deal with whatever is going to emerge.
Right, so with the new landscape comes a new social space, which is Cetus, which is this new scavenger town populated by a brand new race.
Called the Ostrons. So they are scavengers. They are the people you've been helping, although we didn't know that by playing the game. So they've survived using the water and using giant flesh towers.
Yeah, I saw these. It makes them kind of look like they're maybe a bit based off whalers, the way they're kind of like... It
felt a bit Dishonored-y.
Yeah, very much so. You kind of got in the demo that we saw. They were cutting sort of massive slabs out and pulling it down. Like it's really gross, but kind of like
squidgy sounds and blood all over the floor. And,
absolutely. Yeah, they kind of I say Dishonored reminds you of that early sort of like period of basically butchering giant animals for sort of like fleshy benefit.
Probably makes great crackling though. Right?
Yes, I'm sure. Definitely.
Duvet of crackling. The best.
They've got their own language here?
Yep, so this will be the 4th language added to the game, which players can decode over time. They also, Cetus is home to a bunch of stores as well, so you can pick up things and they give you quests, as I mentioned earlier.
Okay.
And then a big thing as well, of course, is customizable weapons.
Yeah, so one of the traders that you'll have seen in the demo, you can go to them and they'll allow you to craft weapons. So obviously we've been able to mod weapons before, and there's always been kind of that very in-depth sort of system in Warframe, but this is the first time we'll actually have been able to build a weapon from scratch, right?
And it's from parts sort of salvaged from out in the field, from your missions, but you'll also be able to name them as well. So you can combine like the handle and whatever weapons on there, change the stats of them, and then having the name makes it your own personal thing. So along with the new Warframe and everything, I guess there's going to be a lot more fashion shows, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. There seemed to be,
spears.
when they were walking through sort of Cetus, there were lots of really cool looking sort of Warframes, like players that, because that town sports up to 50 different players, so being able to, I guess, show off in that world and have your own kind of cool weapons and stuff like that when you're out and about, that's surely kind of one of the big things that you'll want to push.
You can do this with armor as well, so that's another thing you can customize, so it's going to become a lot more bespoke.
And finally, our last exciting point, and I think kind of definitely one of the most exciting things that we saw in the TennoCon sort of stream, is the 2 Fs, flying and fishing, right?
The 2 most important Fs. Yeah, so the fishing, it's not clear exactly what you'll be able to do with the fish yet, but you can spear them on a javelin and you can shoot down birds as well. I don't know if you can throw a spear in the air. Maybe you can. It's possible. So that's a thing. You can gather resources and maybe other things from the water. That's been hinted at. And then you can also call your Archwing in and soar across the landscape. Previously, they've only been available in space, flying about. So now you can sort of zip about over these rolling landscapes and weird alien structures. Yeah,
it was really beautiful. So like seeing like these 2 Tennos that they got in the demo, just calling in their Archwings and just sort of blasting off, and like in a period where we've literally just seen Anthem come out, to be able to see sort of like this game essentially by the end of this year offering you that sort of freedom to jump in a suit and fly over rolling plains and into the sort of like the beautiful horizon is kind of, it seems like it's like we've got Anthem now to a degree.
Yeah, and well, I spoke to Rebecca Ford. There's some the interviews on the website, and we've got some other features there as well. And she said that they kind of welcome that competition and the similarity, because it's all one big audience, isn't it? And if you can find the time, I don't think I can find the time for all 3 games, but
that and Destiny and Anthem, and it's definitely a great time to be into those sort of games and have all the sort of choice and whatever's coming on sort of like the horizon.
And Warframe's definitely got its own flavour.
Definitely.
Really weird sci-fi, and they've hinted that that's going to get weirder as well with future open world zones.
Absolutely, yeah. Sounds really cool. We're going to be getting that later on this year, sometime in 2017, but we don't quite know yet. We're definitely very exciting. If you're excited, why don't you let us know in the comments? There's a load below if you just get chatting in there. Tell us what you're excited for, what the best new feature of Plains of Eidolon is. And if you did enjoy our video, give us a like and subscribe to the channel, where there's loads more sort of PC games videos that you can have a look at. But until next time, good luck and have fun.